The Teamsters union dropped a bomb on the Harris campaign today, refusing to endorse her. It's the first time the Teamsters didn't endorse a Democrat in, 30 years? They didn't endorse Trump either, but released a poll from their members. If it were up to the members, they'd give Trump a full-throated endorsement. Look at that. The Teamsters love Trump. Just can't endorse him because it'll look bad.
It's a great honor. They're not going to endorse the Democrats. That's a big thing. And this is the first time in, I guess, 50, 60 years that that's happened. Democrats automatically have the Teamsters. They took a vote, and I guess I was at 60% or more, and that's a great honor.
A new Gallup poll has Trump beating Kamala with independents by 25 points. And a new Fox News battleground poll, Trump's ahead 2. There's your election. A CBS reporter in Nevada went from restaurant to restaurant and could barely find a single Harris supporter. Watch.
But what was really incredible is in every single restaurant of the people willing to talk to us, we could only find one Harris supporter in every restaurant, and we left no stone unturned.
I want someone who's strong, who demands respect and who gets the respect, and who can deal with foreign leaders. I think Trump's the guy.
Everybody feels it at the grocery store, at the gas pumps, and yes, I do contribute that to Biden.
Sometimes the solution is you got to tear it down and rebuild.
I'm extremely concerned about the border. There are people who have come here legally. Why do they get pushed aside?
Voters are realizing Kamala doesn't have the solutions to the problems she created. And here she is being asked, are Americans better off than they were 4 years ago? Listen.
I grew up a middle-class kid. My mother was hardworking. She raised me and my sister Maya. She saved up. And it was only by the time I was a teenager that she could afford to actually buy her first home. And I know, and I identify with, I know where I come from.
Madam Vice President.
And I know, but I'm just going to finish. I know that so many people work so hard and should have the opportunity to just get their foot in the door. Again, so it's not just about getting by, but getting ahead.
Every answer's a dodge. Every one. Even CNN is picking up on it.
When you listen to Kamala Harris on what she will do, you can almost start a drinking game every time she says small businesses. Describe the politics of that.
When she says that, she also talks about being a middle-class kid. That's also at the front of her answers.
Today, she was at a Hispanic event in Washington, and she said nothing.
I love you back. I grew up understanding the children of the community are the children of the community. Recently, I was in Nevada. I'm in these streets, let me tell you, I'm everywhere. We have some work to do. In fact, a lot of hard work ahead of us. But we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work is joyful work, I say.
Kamala's running out the clock so you don't hear about her dangerous policies. She talks about an opportunity economy. But what that really means is that she'll just take it as an opportunity to take all your money and give it to people she likes more than you. She'll take trillions of dollars out of the economy, spend it on equity welfare. $1 billion for trans, $1 billion for migrants. You know how it goes. She's going to raise taxes so high, companies are going to have to lay you off. We're going to go into a recession. And then she's going to spend more money trying to bail herself out. She says she's a career prosecutor, but her record's criminal. She's going to decriminalize drugs, empty the prisons, and just like in California, you're going to be allowed to steal anything just under $1,000. She has San Francisco values, and she's right. Those values haven't changed. And if you own a gun, she's going to walk into your home and look for it.
Just because you legally possess a gun in the sanctity of your locked home doesn't mean that we're not going to walk into that home and check to see if you're being responsible.
So she's going to take your guns, cancel cash bail, and give amnesty to 20 million illegals she let in. Sounds safe. America First legal founder and senior advisor to President Trump, Stephen Miller. All right, so Miller, break down the state of the race.
Well, Jesse, I grew up in a middle-class family where I understood that children of the community are the children of the community. And what we need to do is to take the time to understand that the place where we are going is where, Jesse, we've always been, and to keep going there. if that doesn't inspire you to show up and vote for Kamala Harris, I don't think anything will. I really don't. Look, here's the truth of what happened, Jesse. America saw two different debates. The pundit class, the people who make a living in Washington, D.C. and New York, fell for the indecipherable word salad of nonsense answers that she spewed for 90 minutes. And they heard Donald Trump talk about the border, the invasion, illegal immigration, inflation, the cost of housing, the cost of living, the cost of health care, war in Ukraine, war in the Middle East, war ravaging the planet, and his plan to solve all those problems. And what have we seen since then? We have seen steady movement in the polls, particularly among independents for Trump, and we've seen him break open to a much larger lead in Rasmussen national polling than he had at any point in 2016 or 2020. The hollowness, the vapidness, the emptiness, the nothingness of Kamala's answers is being steadily exposed to real flesh and blood human beings who actually live normal lives and actually have real jobs and actually have to earn a living to support their family.
So that's the strategy. Just run out the clock, say nothing controversial, say nothing at all. Say you're from a middle-class family and you want to create an opportunity economy, and just don't make any mistakes. Don't say anything. Don't make mistakes. Is it possible she could win with that strategy?
No, because you should never in politics, never underestimate the savviness of the American people and the American voter. Americans know BS in 5 seconds of hearing it. And again, we saw that with the reviews of the debate and the movement we saw, where you saw in Reuters, for example, they asked undecided voters, and of the 10 they asked, 2 for 1 they broke for Trump. Americans have a radar screen. They understand phony, fake politicians. They know it in their bones. They know it in their soul. But on top of that, you can't lie when it comes to reality, because people know they cannot afford health care, they cannot afford rent, they cannot afford a mortgage, they cannot afford to pay for anything they need to support their families. That reality, plus the migrant invasion of towns small and large, you can't hide or obscure that reality,
No,
Jesse.
you can't hide from it, and you definitely can't afford it. Stephen Miller, thank you so much for joining Jesse Waters Primetime.
Thank you.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.